Tony Khan legitimately fined a heel for acting like a heel. I'm sorry, is this All Elite Wrestling or The Onion?
Hold up. It's a black-owned business in the wrestling business? Pro wrestling bits, let's go!
Tony Khan continued to stick up for the fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls, Ruby Soho's words, and mine, by fining a heel for being a heel. Saraya followed up on Ruby's very accurate depiction of AEW's rabid online fan base, some of whom helped bully Riho off Twitter along with so many other women. But when the woman fights back by saying the word twat, she gets fined, is made to apologize to AEW management like a good girl, and this cockamamie company sends out an actual email telling AEW heels to tone it down. Please don't body shame the fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls. It hurts their feelings and makes them too depressed to bully more women off Twitter. This entire company is turning into an Onion headline. AEW has a hard enough time creating actual heels because they put so much emphasis on great wrestling matches. The problem with staking your claim on great wrestling matches is that then anybody who can wrestle will be cheered by the hardcore fan base, regardless of what character they're trying to play. It's not like AEW heels don't get booed, but you have to be MJF good at playing your character to get heat in this company. And most people in this industry, let alone AEW, are not. So in addition to the built-in struggles of being a heel in AEW, now the villains are being told to be friendlier? People always say that being a heel is easier than being a babyface, but not in AEW. Tony Khan standing up for the neckbeards is right on brand. He always rides for the fat, neck-bearded trolls while alienating eclectic, charismatic types like the Outcasts, Ariel Helwani, CM Punk, and of course, Zaddy Wrestling. I might have half a mind to start a GoFundMe for AEW heels who get fined for the unforgivable sin of stepping out of line while not being named MJF. Tony Khan has antagonized so many big personalities, his inner circle now has less charisma than QTV. In fact, let me handle my light work right quick. QT Marshall has been doing this gimmick where he goes around Twitter trolling the wrestling media, so it was only a matter of time before he made it to the final boss, Alfred Kunawa. That time came this week, and I played along because I think it's a fun gimmick, and boy did it get me followers, so shouts to QT for that. Long story short, I said QTV needs better material. QT asked me to send him said material, and in exchange, one of his extras was gonna teach me how to be a better journalist. I clapped back by saying I have bigger fish to fry this WrestleMania season, but I might post a joke or two in the Fast Nationals comment section. Back came QT by trying to pay me for my services in cheese, and I ended it by posting the low Dynamite ratings. Then I invoiced Sugar Daddy Shad Khan $100,000 so I could write better material for QTV. Because it's not like these AEW checks are coming from Marshall or even Tony Khan. Anyway, I invoiced QT's boss's daddy for services to save QTV, because I work for money. Allow me to correct QT's last tweet like it was a Dave Meltzer report. Charcuterie is delicious, but I do not get paid in food, like a slave. Only a fat, bigoted, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing troll would believe that. Can I talk my shit right quick? I'm one of the best sports writers in this country, full stop. I just happen to write about wrestling. Wrestling writers are the black people of writers because we're treated as second-class citizens for covering a scripted sport. As a black wrestling writer, I had to go through the double black experience, yet I was still hired by Forbes. Do you know how good you have to be in this country to be a black wrestling writer and still get paid by Forbes? Yet despite how educated and accomplished I am, certain fat neck-bearded AEW trolls really believe that I'm so uncivilized that WWE pays me in food. What kind of Django Unchained shit is that? You've got me all fucked up. Look, college is overrated at this point, but I graduated from a top university, UC Santa Barbara, with a degree in business economics, an emphasis in accounting, and a minor in sports management. And I'm the least educated person in my family. Seriously, when it comes to education, I'm like the QT Marshall of my family. I don't know what black people you think will work for cheese in 2023, but it ain't the motherfucking Kunawas. If you're gonna push the Alfred gets bribed by WWE narrative, at least say a band to make me dance, or that I'm invoicing Vince McMahon for $100,000 of good press. But these AEW supermarks are like, nah, this nigger gets paid in cheese and crackers. They go crazy for it. Nigga, you better pay me. If QT can afford better jokes for his dying TV show, I'll definitely work for some cheddar. Just not the type that's on a charcuterie board surrounded by crackers. The only thing a couple of crackers has ever convinced me to do is play pickleball that one time. It's like I have the LeVar Burton problem. Despite being a highly educated black man who can read and write with the best of them, regardless of race, some people are always gonna look at me and only see a Kunta Kinte. Apparently a sitting AEW vice president thinks I'm motivated by a cheese platter. So it's starting to make sense why Tony Khan rides for the fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls, because between them and AEW management, they all might be one and the same. I better not find out QT's trying to pay Will Hobbs and Gouda. Check out this WrestleMania playlist with a WrestleMania 28 review dropping tonight. And subscribe so that this channel can make more cheese, because we go crazy for it. Should AEW's heels tone it down? Tell me in the comments.